He walks into MetLife, and the whispers start. Not just about the contract, $40 million with $30 million guaranteed, which, yeah, says the Jets believe in him, but about what this actually means. Not for the Jets, for everyone else, for Miami, for Tua, for Mike McDaniel's sleepless nights thinking about what this guy could have looked like in aqua and orange. Does anyone even realize how close that alternative timeline was? You look at Fields and you see it. That twitchy explosiveness. The sense that something electric could happen even when everything breaks down. A defense crashes in, and somehow he's 10 yards downfield before you even blink. It's not clean. It's not pretty. But it's dangerous. And McDaniel knows how to weaponize danger. Miami's offense already burns fast. Tyreek Hill. Waddle. Speed that dares you to keep up. But speed without improvisation? That's a song without a chorus. That's where Fields would have fit. Not as a replacement, but as a variable no one's ready for. He doesn't just move. He warps the play. The very idea of having a quarterback who can stretch the sideline and make the throw on the run, it's terrifying for defenses. But it's also not what Miami has now. Tua plays a rhythmic game. Feet set, timing precise, release clean. When it works, it's clinical. But when it breaks, what's next? That's the crack nobody talks about. The hit that comes 1/2 second early. The 3rd and 9 scramble he doesn't take. Fields. He takes it. He wants it. He turns it into 12 yards, and a demoralized linebacker wondering where the sideline went. And that's where the Dolphins are exposed. Quietly. Deep down. Nobody says it out loud, but the fear is there. What if Tua can't stay upright? What if this season is one too many? What happens when the structure fails? It's why Zach Wilson got a second life here. Why Quinn Ewers got the nod in the draft. Not because they're better, but because Miami knows better than to pretend injuries don't matter. But still, none of them are Fields. No, Fields is something else entirely. He's the wild card who doesn't need the perfect script. He's the guy who can play when the headset cuts out. And you better believe McDaniel has dreamt about that. About rolling Fields out on 2nd and 7 with the defense biting on the fake and Tyreek streaking open because the safety bit down. About red zone chaos turning into touchdowns, simply because Fields refuses to die on a play. But he's in New York now, with Garrett Wilson, with a chip, with something to prove and nothing to lose. And Miami? They're going to have to watch that twice a year and try not to think about what could have been. And that's the real twist. This wasn't just about Justin Fields finding a job. This was about a division tilting quietly. A reminder that Miami doesn't operate in a vacuum. The Bills are always lurking. The Patriots? Whatever. But the Jets now? They've got teeth again. And they've got a quarterback who doesn't blink when things collapse. What does that do to Miami's margin for error? It tightens it. It puts a premium on every healthy Sunday for Tua. It means McDaniel has to script even tighter. Because there's no luxury of chaos on the other sideline. Fields is chaos, and now he's theirs. What's worse, he fits them. He fits New York. The dysfunction, the pressure, the need for a savior who's just unorthodox enough to survive it. He's not a system guy. But he doesn't need to be. That's the irony. The Jets don't even run a system that helps him, and still it works. Because Fields doesn't need help. He just needs the ball. And a sliver of daylight. Let's not pretend Miami doesn't see it. Let's not act like McDaniel didn't draw up at least 5 plays with Fields in mind before the deal went down. He did. Everyone knows it. Everyone in the building knows exactly how this offense could have flexed with that kind of mobility. Option looks. Bootlegs that force linebackers into impossible decisions. A scrambling quarterback that buys 3 more seconds for Tyreek to turn a drag into a touchdown. You don't get that from just anyone. You definitely don't get that from Zach Wilson. So why didn't it happen? Why wasn't Fields the move? There's no clean answer. Timing? Maybe. Confidence in Tua? Possibly. Belief in the backups? Doubtful. But here we are, watching Fields throw bombs in green and wondering. Always wondering. It's not about starting jobs. Not really. It's about options. It's about knowing, in the 4th quarter, when things break down, you've still got a guy who can make something out of nothing. That's Fields. He doesn't just keep plays alive. He revives them. resurrects them from the ashes of bad protection and broken routes. And now, he gets to do that against Miami. You think Christian Wilkins wanted to deal with that twice a year? You think Fangio drew up a scheme that accounts for a quarterback who doesn't stay where he's supposed to? Think again.